Hello, right, I've got some coffee brewing and I've got a couple of minutes while that happens. So, that is a quote from somebody I spoke to on Friday. There was two people I spoke to on Friday actually who had similar things like this, okay? So this person had said, so what I get the guys on my coaching programs and all that sort of stuff to do a thing I call positive focus. That's something I learned off Paul Mort, and it works. It works, right? It keeps you focused on what you're doing and why you're doing it and why it's good, okay? Now, before I get into that, this person I was talking to was having a bad week and, to be honest, a bad month, okay? The missing sessions and all of that sort of stuff, and basically on a little bit of a downward spiral, okay? And it was like, well, you know, it's not necessarily why is that happening. It's like, what can you do about it? Okay, people pretty much know why it's happening, and we identified why it was happening, right? So this person said to me, you know, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it was like, blah, 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 here's what's happened this week. And then this happened, explained the reason and said, and that's another thing, another thing to add to my list of failures this week. And I was like, hang on, you're making a mental list of failures. What's that going to do to your mood? What's that going to do to your motivation? What's that going to do? How's that going to make you feel? You know, and this person was like, well, yeah, I know. And it was like, have you been doing positive focus, which is a sheet and you write down 3 wins every day, right? There's more to it than that. I'll tell you about that in a second. But it's like, have you been doing that? Well, no, because, you know, no reason, I just haven't. And it's like, right, so here's what you're doing. You're making a mental list of failures and you're not focusing on anything positive. What's that going to do? How's that going to make you feel? How's that going to make you think about getting up in the morning out of bed? How's it going to make you feel when you're trying to get to sleep at night? You know, so you can't go to bed, you go to bed later, you get rubbish night's kit, you can't get up in the morning. It's a spiral. It's a spiral. Okay? So what I get the guys to do, and I have to keep reiterating this because it's very important, which is why I'm doing a video on it now, is I get them to write down 3 wins a day, right? And the reason for this is, if you don't do that, if you look back on your week, if I said to you, right, last week, name a few bad things that happened, you'd be able to read them off like that. Done. Right, now name me 3 really good things that happened. Pete, my husband's on. Now name me 3 good things that happened, and people go like, right, and the struggle. So what I get guys to do is write down 3 wins, right? But it's not just writing them down, because you write them down and go, right, brilliant. It's like, right, what was the win? Why was it positive? My coffee's ready. Why was it positive? Okay. How can you take that positively forward? And then the specific next step. And that is the big thing, the specific next step. So what are you going to do? So with this person, it was like, right, go and take the dog for a walk. I spoke to this person 2 o'clock, I think it was, on Friday afternoon. I said, are you available at 4 o'clock to take the dog for a walk? Yes. Go and take the dog for a walk, because they like taking the dog for a walk and it makes them feel good. Have you been doing that? No, I haven't. Well, go and do that then. Positive focus. What they'd write down, took the dog for a walk. Why is that good? Because it makes me feel good. What's the next step? Take the dog for a walk again. When? Tomorrow at 3 o'clock or whatever. I don't know. But or tomorrow morning. Get up tomorrow morning and do it. Okay? So there you go. So all of a sudden, this person has woke up this morning and messaged me saying, or messaged the group that they're in saying, do you know what? I feel so much better. I've bounced out of bed. I've got my session done. So not even just taking the dog for a walk. They've got the session done. So therefore, they're winning the week already. How cool is that? So, very important. Very important. Think about it. Talk soon.